This isn't really a how-to video, but I had this 20 gauge shotgun laying around and I wanted to upgrade it to a black walnut wood stock. This is just a single shot break open Nomad 20 gauge. I had this extra small slab of black walnut laying around in my shed, and it's a little bit too thin for a gun stock, so I have to trace out my template twice, cut those out, glue them together, and then work from there. Okay, this is my ShopSmith. I'm actually kind of crouching right now so you can see me and this, but I love this tool because it has this headstock here, which has kind of multiple functions. You can connect it with this coupler to a bandsaw, or as you can see in the back here, it has a disc saw, disc sander, or you can even put lathe attachments on there and lathe things with it. So really pretty neat. Okay, safety first. After rough cutting and sanding them flat, I took some wood glue and covered it pretty liberally on both sides of this and used a brush to smooth that flat. I would then use almost all the clamps I have in my shop to clamp these together and let that dry overnight. By the way, check out how much dust is on my hair and hat from the sawing and sanding. As I was clamping, I realized this crack opened up and decided to use a small filament and fill that with wood glue. One of the hardest parts about having a small shop is trying to keep it clean as you're doing all of this work. The wood chips and sawdust can really make a pretty big mess. The next day after unclamping the boards, I wanted to take some quick measurements to make sure that I was rough cutting this to the appropriate sizes. In hindsight, I probably should have taken away more material here. I ended up having to spend a lot of time with the rasps and sanders to get down to my final dimensions. This next part took by far the longest, and I underestimated how difficult it would be, but the way that the stock actually attaches or affixes itself to the action chamber barrel is through this bolt that goes all the way through the back of the stock. So I Should have done this on a drill press. Instead, I opted to use my hand drill and tried to connect 2 holes from the front and back in the middle. This proved to be very difficult, and I spent a lot of time making these holes bigger or adjusting the angle so that this would fit and align. Here's a good shot of where those 2 holes have to connect and go all the way through. And so I had to trace out on the back the outline of the buttstock pad and then try to connect with that first hole that I had just drilled. I removed most of the material with some larger drill bits and then took a chisel to this to try to clean up the walls and make it a little bit more presentable. After making some more measurements to make sure that the tang, I guess what I'll call it, fit properly, I then took a rasp to this to rough out the final shape of what it will look like, and then use a chisel to carve out that cavity for the tang. Now I start really slow here because I want to make sure that it's perfectly straight and flush or flat with the rest of the work. But once I get going and I have a good channel, I can start to take away more and more material with each pass. This was probably one of the more enjoyable parts of the process, and lots of test fitting. But once that was done, I took it to my disc sander to remove more material before I used the rasp on the rest. If I could go back, what I would probably do is actually make the handle, or I guess the pommel, I don't know what the word is for it, that thing that sticks down. I would make that significantly more thin because it's a little bit too bulbous for my hand. I know we're all very excited that it looks like it's almost done, but really this is only the halfway mark, because now that I've done the buttstock, I now have to do the whole process again to make the foregrip. I will say this is a significantly easier shape to do than the buttstock, and I was able to do much more work on the disc sander as opposed to using the rasps and files like I did for the buttstock. I really love how this is turning out, especially with the grain orientation kind of meeting at the middle towards the top of the foregrip. There was still going to be some chisel work that I would need to do on the foregrip to make sure that it would accept this part of the receiver, and I would have to pre-drill the hole for the screw that would hold the foregrip to the barrel. Okay, everybody's favorite part, which is applying the finish, or in this case, I'm using mineral oil, which I know probably isn't the best application, but this gun is just going to be my out and about quick gun. I don't really foresee it getting that wet or that dirty. And after pre-drilling some holes in the back of the stock to accept a sling, I hand screwed the sling attachment into the wooden stock. A rough fitting just to see how this is going to go together, and I'm noticing already that there's some gaps and extra wood, which I do come back and remove later. But I want to test fit this with the screw in place just to see how it's looking and coming together. As I'm using the other sling attachment for the foregrip, which holds it to the barrel, I'm realizing right here that my foregrip is way too thick and that screw isn't reaching all the way to the barrel. At this point, I'm pretty frustrated, so I don't film this, but you can take a guess which tool I used to cut this sort of valley in the foregrip, and it actually ended up turning out better than I thought because it had a place where that attachment could lay flat, either facing backwards or forwards if I don't have a sling attached. In case you can't tell, I'm really happy, really excited with how this turned out. It's not quite done, really. I want to do some, not necessarily stippling, but I want to do some pattern work on the stock and the foregrip. And I do want to come back and make that grip significantly thinner to fit my hand a little bit better. But maybe that's a video for another day. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. These final shots are actually the black walnut gun stock and gun foregrip on a black walnut table that my wife and I made several years ago. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll go out and test this, or maybe we'll come back and do some of the fixes I want to do. Thanks again. See you next time.